today we're going to plant carrots, and I've never really had any good luck with carrots, so we're going to try again. Lynn bought some nice little seed packets, so we're going to see what happens. One thing I thought was maybe our soil was a little too heavy with clay, but I don't really, it's not, because this is basically composted cow manure. But I thought we'd do a thing where we basically mix a bunch of sand in with the soil. So I thought we'd do 2 rows.
A trial?
Yeah, like a trial, like a test. So I'm going to put some sand on one side and no sand on the other, and we're going to see what happens here.
Where'd the sand come from?
This is called tube sand. I usually use this in the back of my truck to keep, because the back of the truck has no weight in it. So you buy like 4 tubes of sand, and it's just regular quarry sand.
Alrighty then.
All right.
That's 70 pounds worth. It says so. What do you think, Midge?
I need a knife.
Is that pure sand?
Yeah, it's organic sand as far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm concerned.
Well,
I've never seen it otherwise. And that makes it easier for the carrots to grow through.
Yeah, because carrots it's a big root basically, and it likes to go deep. The carrots are a big root, and the easier you can make it for them to stick their root in the soil, then all the better. I think carrots that are grown commercially on big farms, they grow them in just about sand, I think.
So I was reading a little bit about the carrots.
Yep.
And you're supposed to plant them with chives, because it gets rid of some kind of mite or something that carrots get.
Oh, okay. So we could divide our chives from the herb garden, and we could plant them along here. My friend John Frierson is a big advocate of planting garlic and chives and onions and scallions around your beds, because it just generally is a organic bug repellent.
You don't need any tools for this?
Well, your hands work well. Hands are good tools. These are my hand model hands that I'm getting dirty. You want to dig down pretty deep, because carrots like to go down deep. We got some different carrots we're going to plant, and the seeds are really tiny. So Monty Don in his book suggests mixing the seeds with vermiculite and then putting them in a little container and kind of going like this. So that's what we're going to do.
What's going on there? Oh!
Back to the carrots.
Someone twisted their arm.
Come here.
And I put on the labels, on the stakes, I put how many days till germination, because you're not supposed to pull them up until then, because the sugars haven't gone down to the root. And the root is what makes it super orange, or super yellow in that case, because some of those are yellow carrots. And if you pull them up too early, they taste icky.
All right.
As it were. You know why we're planting a carrot garden, don't you?
To feed the horse.
Right.
Because carrots are only 99 cents a pound in the store.
And those seeds are like $4 a pop. I want to see how tiny these seeds are.
They're not that tiny.
They're smaller seeds.
I'm just going to do, I don't need the verb.
They're like dill seeds. You're much better at that than I am. I like to just throw them in there. Oh, look at that. It is the GardenFork.
So you want to kind of, ooh, I just dumped all the dirt in the envelope here. You want to eliminate the big clunky clogs.
Clunky clogs?
The clods of soil. Basically, when you're planting stuff, the depth of where you plant is determined by the size of the seed. And for really tiny seeds, you want them at or near the soil surface.
All right, will you read the instructions out loud?
So 1/4 inch deep in finely worked fertile soil. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to just crumble soil on the top.
I'm going to take some advice.
Take some advice from the boss lady. So we did some vermiculite and then just a little bit of soil on top. Just kind of crumble it in your hands and put it on there. You don't want big clods because they won't grow up through that. All right, so now for the reading part of the day. So this is a book called The Complete Gardener by Monty Don. And it's an English book, so it's got some weird words in it that we don't understand. But other than that, it's a really, really good book. And
it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful photographs, and like, look, that's just those lovely pictures.
This guy loves the garden.
Yeah.
He's very, very enthusiastic.
And he's big on the organic gardening. So I wanted to read to you what he says about carrots in this book, and this is just a really nice book.
Put your glasses on.
Put my old man glasses on.
Better than popcorn.
Carrot seeds are very small, and so it is difficult to sow them so that they are not too thick. I find mixing the seed with vermiculite helps. Hold a handful of the mix in one hand, pinching it out along the shallow drill with the other. A drill is a row, that's what I figured out in English speak. Now this is what I thought was important. The ground is best dug but not manured, because I'm always, like, in the beginning of spring, I'm going to dump manure in all my beds. So where we put the carrots, I didn't put any new manure. I thought that was interesting. The ground is best dug but not manured, as fresh compost or manure will encourage the roots to divide and form fangs.
Oh, that's what we were talking about earlier.
I always add sharp sand to the plot that is to have carrots and parsnips.
Sharpsing it.
So these are what they call fangs. In other words, carrots that have a bunch of different tips growing down. So that's what we're trying to avoid with
Yeah,
putting
they just
some
look like alien carrots.
sand. So we'll see what happens.
Alien carrots.
That's from this Monty Don book.
It's a nice book.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Drop your frisbee. So it's about 3 weeks later, and our carrot seedlings have come up. And interestingly, the carrot seeds that we put in just the regular soil germinated a lot better than the carrots we put in the sandy soil. And I don't know, maybe that's because I didn't put them in right in the sand soil or something like that. They want what I have. So now that we've got the first true leaves on the carrots, I'm going to thin them out. I'm going to do it like every 2 inches. And you just go along and you just pick them out. You got to be kind of brutal about it. You know, they are carrots after all, and they don't like to be crowded. So you just grab them. You pull out the smaller ones.